What's going on YouTube? It is QuikSnoopy, and today I am bringing you another Dota 2 update, and this is going to be for 7.02. It came out on February 8th, and it is currently February 13th. I apologize that I was not able to release this video sooner. I wasn't able to. I was in Vegas, and I spent like a week over there, so sorry for no videos and not keeping up to date on the update. So I'm going to give you guys my first impressions and what I think about this update. So I guess we'll start with the general changes. I did scroll down a little bit though, and I saw there was a few hero changes, but I'm not going to go too in-depth to this because I don't really want to bore you guys with the details. I will put the link in the description if you guys are curious and you want to check out any new differences between like Abaddon and his talents and stuff, if you have a favorite hero that you want to check out. But other than that, let's go ahead and look at this. So the shrines are now vulnerable after a tier 3 tower dies, same as the shrines inside the base, rather than after all tier 2 towers die. So basically, after the tier 3 tower dies, you are able to destroy the shrines. And then that's pretty easy. I don't know if that'll make players more aggressive early on in the game. I'm not really sure how that will play in to this. So anyways, Sentry Awards now come in packs of 1 for 100 gold instead of 2 for 200 gold. So it's still like the same price, I guess, technically, right? You just don't get them like bundled together. And how I really feel about this is, I'm not really sure. Because when you used to buy Sentry Awards, you'd get 2, and then typically you'd place the Sentry Awards, or it promoted buying awards. And now, because people buy 1 award, it makes it cheaper. So people may buy more awards. I'm not really sure how that would change, especially with the hero talents, you get the bonus gold. So there should be really no reason that there aren't any awards on the maps, or especially Sentry Awards even. There's no reason you shouldn't be de-awarding or trying to de-award, that kind of stuff. So they added Lycan to Captain's Mode. Now, I think the reason it wasn't in Captain's Mode already was probably because Lycan was a little overpowered. And you guys can check out its talent skills. I'm not sure. I'm sure they probably changed it. So that's kind of cool that he's added to Captain's Mode. So we have the Trickster Purge though, from 100 to 50. So you basically, everything is kind of cut in half. 80, 40, 60, 30, 40, 20, 20, 10. And that's over 5 seconds. We can move on here. Helm of the Dominator, all stats from 6 to 4. That kind of sucks. And then also Helm of the Dominator creeps now give a constant 125 gold bounty. So the creeps that you when you use Helm of the Dominator on them, if they were to die, then it gives the enemy 125 gold bounty. Shadow Walk damage from Silver Edge from 225 to 200. Basically, you're looking at heroes that use this, maybe a Slark, right? I'm not sure how that would affect Slark, but it's interesting. Tomb of Knowledge, additional XP per tomb from 100 to 135. So I guess this is really good. I feel like Tomb of Knowledge is kind of underestimated, especially in like public games, right? And now that it gives more XP, you get like additional XP, and plus you have like the gold bonus talents. These are really useful for supports, right? If you're a support and maybe you've been out of lane for a while, or you need a few levels, you can always use the tomb. Blade Mail damage return, no longer spell life steals off of return damage. So this is a little bit confusing because the way it's worded, but I'm pretty sure it's saying like the damage you do to an enemy with Blade Mail will no longer lifesteal. Does that make any sense? Dragon Lance agility from 14 to 13. Heroes like Drow Ranger could be affected by this, and maybe even Luna. Some people get Dragon Lance on Luna. Let's look at Battle Fury. Radius from 280 to 300. Battle Fury distance from 520 to 570. Bloodthorn cooldown from 11 to 13. So if we look at the Battle Fury real quick, I don't know if this is in response to heroes like Ember Spirit, right? Because a lot of people are going spell Ember Spirit, like in the sense that you're using Veil of Discord, and you're using your spells. Like, the way you play Ember Spirit now has changed since the way you used to play Ember Spirit, I don't know, 5 months ago. So it's drastically changed. So I feel like maybe this is possibly trying to correct it, and also maybe a few heroes that already use Battle Fury. So that's kind of interesting. And then you're also looking at Bloodthorn cooldown from 11 to 13. I don't really like that one because I play a lot of heroes that use Bloodthorn. Solar Crest armor from 10 to 12. And then the Sange Mame Chance from 24 to 30. Sanj and Yasha greater Mame Chance from 30 to 35. And then you're looking at Heaven's Halberd Mame Chance from 24 to 35. Heaven's Halberd cooldown from 30 to 22. An 8-second has been reducted off of the cooldown. So for me, heroes like Huskar might be good for this, right? Regen Rune now has the same dispel as Healing Salve, the same damage dispel runes, or same damage dispel rules as Healing Salve. So if you were to get hit, of course, it breaks the Regen Rune, similar to how a healing Salve would. So think about like creeps when you look at this, right? Aegis Expiration Regen now has the same damage dispel rules as Healing Salve, same thing. Observer wards now have Fog of War Simulator to show you the area the ward will reveal, taking into account trees and terrain height. That's pretty nice, I guess. Again, maybe more people will buy wards. That's kind of what I'm hoping. Towers no longer attack neutral team units. The following abilities can cause neutrals to temporarily not draw aggro. That means Meat Hook, Telekinesis, and Toss. So if you're tiny, I mean, I guess you wouldn't really draw aggro from neutrals. Added more trees for TP cover around the Dire Towers. Now this is something that I've kind of been concerned about, and I'm trying to make this video as quick as possible. So I talked to, I think it was Capitalist on Twitter, and the conversation went along the lines of how I was concerned about how the Radiant had an advantage over the Dire, and I don't know if it's because of the jungle, I'm not really sure. And I think Capitalist's answer was along the lines of there wasn't like enough information from like low MMR to high MMR players. Like, does a high MMR player is being on Radiant going to give a high MMR player an advantage over another high MMR Dire, right? If that makes any sense. So that's kind of interesting just to think about. I don't know if this is like to really fix that, but if you look here, it says it swapped the Dire secondary jungle ancients and medium camp spots and improved spawn boxes and stackability. The Dire ward spot to the left of the ancients no longer gives vision over the rune area in front of Roshan, slightly adjusted the Dire secondary jungle bounty rune further back, and a reduced spawn box size for both Dire hard camps. And it shifted down the spawn box for the ancient camp, formerly medium camp, and then a Dire secondary jungle, so a high ground ward does not block the camp. Fixed a rare case where Dire ancients can be stuck between trees when spawning. So there's a lot of I guess like really minor things, but these things make like a huge difference, right? Like, I don't know if this is gonna affect like the Dire side at all, and it's too early to say. So I did say I wanted to mention a few hero changes here. So let's go and look at Ember Spirit, because that was one of the ones I mentioned earlier. Root now disables active fire remnant, and then level 10 talent from 15% spell amplification down to 12%. So again, they're trying to correct that spell amplification. They're trying to correct the Veil of Discord that people are using. The other one I really want to talk about is Lycan. So he's added the Captain's Mode, agility gain from 1.5 to 1, so 1.5 to 1. Howl mana cost from 30 to 40, and then level 15 talent, negative 20 second respawn time, negative 25 second. So you got like a few different nerfs here, right? Like the agility gain went down and the Howl mana cost went up. Not something I think a lot of people are gonna like. And if you're curious about like a Monkey King, feel free to read these. Again, the link will be in the description. And other than that, there's a lot of changes that have been made to these heroes here. This one right here, like, I don't know what this is all about, Wind Ranger. I'm not even like go into detail on that, because some of these things, like, I don't play a lot of Spectre, so I don't know how that would like really affect things. Level 20 talent plus 12 strength to plus 15. so you'd be a little bit more tankier. But anyways, I hope this video did help you guys out, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.
Isn't easy to show with the weight of the world on my shoulders. I know I told you it's the best life I know. It's not a game that I am playing. My love, trying to hold my feelings.